Hello, and welcome to the 5 o'clock news. We have a breaking story with Chloe Glass. Take it away, Chloe.
Thank you, Kylie. To start off, I'm going to talk to you about the AIDS epidemic, which is very big in the world of politics right now. Just last year, in 1986, the International Committee on the Taxonomy of Viruses said that the virus that causes AIDS will officially be called HIV, a human immunodeficiency virus. By the end of the year, 85 countries had reported 38,401 cases of AIDS to the World Health Organization. By region, these were Africa with 2,323, the Americas with 31,741, Asia with 84, Europe with 3,858, and Oceania with over 395. In a later segment, our reporter Maria will be diving. Another issue I'll be talking to you about today is immigration. The Immigration Reform and Control Act was passed recently, just last year, and signed into law on November 6th. The purpose of this legislation was to amend, revise, and reaffirm the status of unauthorized immigrants set forth in the Immigration and Nationality Act. The content of this bill is very overwhelming and is divided into many sections, such as control of unauthorized immigration, legalization and reform of legal immigration, and the focus of this process will be on the legalization aspect of the bill. This bill gave unauthorized aliens the opportunity to apply and gain legal status if they met mandated requirements. The fate or status of all those who applied into the hands of designated entities, and finally, the U.S. Attorney General. Applicants had to prove that they lived and maintained a continuous physical presence in the U.S. since January 1st, 1982, and possess a clean criminal record, as well as provide proof of registration within the Selective Service. Moreover, applicants had to meet minimal knowledge requirements in U.S. history, government, and the English language, or be pursuing a course of study approved by the Attorney General. This bill also outlined previous provisions for temporary residence travel, employment, false statements, numerical limitations, adjustments for status and treatment of applications by designated entities. Furthermore, after an applicant has been assigned a legal status or deemed a temporary lawful resident, they were disqualified from receiving all forms of public welfare assistance for 5 years. The rules for applications in welfare assistance does not apply to Cuban or Haitian immigrants. This bill is something that will surely change our life here in America.
We're living in an era called the Reagan years, because he is the president and has been and will be for 8 more years. During his first term, the session ended, inflation was controlled, the taxes were reduced, Americans felt really hopeful, and they felt like they could make money again. Many young urban professionals, so-called yippies, was it yippies? Yippies? Took advantage of the increased number of financial service jobs. Yippies tend to be well-educated, working high-paid jobs, and lived in or near large cities. Oh my gosh. Wealthy yippies set many lifestyle trends during this decade. And now with families. Most families are benefited from the economic boom. However, not all families did so well. Go back. And now with families. Most families benefit from the economic boom. However, not all families did so well. Particularly, right? So I don't know how to say it. Okay? Single parent families. From 1970 to 1999, the number of children living in single parent households are more than double. Most single parents are facing serious financial burdens.
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 Yeah, you're good.
Women participating in the labor force increased from 51 to 58% during the decade. As of 1970s, moving towards right now, Americans are tired of financial struggle. They have become tired of losing money. They have been working together for common interests. Now they want to spend more time in their own interests, like making money. So overall, right now, it's way more positive. So overall, right now, we're way more financially stable than we were ever in the 1970s. Many Americans are becoming concerned about the embrace of a new deadly disease called AIDS. This is the fatal stage of an illness caused by the human immunodeficiency virus, or HIV. The disease is spread in several ways. One, through sexual contact. Another, through sharing needles when used in illegal drugs. Doctors first reported a case of AIDS in 1981. 1981! Oh my god! People are now talking openly about sex and drugs. By the end of this decade, hundreds and thousands of people worldwide have died from the disease. Americans, in their great faith in scientific technology, assume that medicine soon will be invented. Americans, with their great faith in scientific technology, assume medicine would soon provide a quick fix to the disease. But now, there still has been no cure or virus that existed to the cure of AIDS. Now back to Kylie again.
Wow, that was now a trailer from a new hit movie called Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Now onto some sports highlights. Pete Ross was banned from baseball for gambling, even though he refuses to admit that he ever did such a thing. Also, Michael Jordan shot the win for the title for North Carolina. Should we record that again? Can you hear that? Jordan shot the win for the title of North Carolina for winning. And the Great American Bike Race was now from Santa Monica to New York City is now called the Race Across America and is a reoccurring event. Now we will be hearing from Emily with technology.
I'm Emily. We have had a lot of technological breakthroughs this year. We saw the first personal PC come out, and the Walkman was pretty cool. I mean, portable music, what? The CDs have become very popular. Watching portable music. Video cassettes, you can watch movies without having a projector, huh? Mobile phone has made its debut, and it's not very sleek.
Awesome! Now we have a special interview with Chloe and Molly Ringwald.
Read a lot of scripts. What dumb cliches would typify for one bad teenage-oriented film?
Usually kids are portrayed as like one-dimensional figures, and they have three things on their mind: getting laid, getting drunk, and driving fast. And hating their parents, of course. And I can't stand kids made out to be heroes and parents being being imbeciles.
I definitely see what you mean. What do you think you'll be allowed to do once you're in a post-teenage film?
Live away from home. No, actually, I don't mind playing a young person, just not someone in high school.
What do you think the difference is between mature and grown up?
I think you can be mature without being grown up. You can also be grown up without being mentally mature. One of them is forced, while the other is your choice.
What was the last book you read?
I read Crucible for school, and I'm reading The World of Garp, which I've already read, but I'm reading for school now. Okay. I have the best English teacher. He's so hip. Like we have these book lists, and when we're doing contemporary playwrights, he included Torch Song Trilogy, which goes, "I know your parents are going to kill me, but it's a good piece of work." The last book I read was on my own was Bright Lights, Big City. It reminded me a lot of The Catcher in the Rye because it was so specific. You really felt like you went through it with him. Catcher in the Rye is one of my favorite books. I read it with my dad and everything.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for Molly. I'm afraid that's all.
Thank you for joining us here at the 5 o'clock news. Good night, America.